Whenever we were looking at some of this property on Google Maps, we noticed that it looked like there was a little creek bed or something like that. It's kind of hard to see exactly what we were looking at. And once we got out here and was able to look at it a little more closely, if you want to kind of show what they've got here, it doesn't look too bad. It's mostly just a little bit of runoff that happens during heavy rain. It turns out that back over this way, it elevates about 30 or 40 feet over the 12 acres. And so that water runs this way. And it looks like they've done a pretty decent job in several of the places to make little mounds and like little trenches to catch some of the water. But then there's other areas that wasn't really done nearly as well. So as you can see right up through here, there's a little bit of a canal to where the water collects and comes down through here. So it's not too bad. During heavy rains, there's probably a little bit of a creek here. And worst case scenario is I'll get a whistle, put it in here, and we'll make a little bridge over it. So that way we got a little roadway over it. And that'll be it. And the water is I don't know if it's really easy to tell, but from where I'm standing, it's a small slope coming down toward me, and then back on the other side, my right, there's a slope that comes down. And this is about the lowest point here. So as it rains, the water will move this way, collect in this creek, come off of that hill, collect in this creek, and then run down to this wooded area over here side.
So we're going to be building up there. It's a little higher ground.
Yeah.
So
I always worry about, I lived on a hill for 25 years. I mean, literally lived on a hill, side of a hill, and when it rains hard, we'd even have water bubble up, in our yard. And so that's one thing that I look at whenever I'm, buying a house or, going to build a house, place a house somewhere is, where's the water running from? Where's it running to? And because that could be a big deal, water is one of the things that can destroy your house if too much gets around it. So it can mess up your foundation, all that stuff. I'm not an expert. I'm not saying I'm an expert in that stuff. I'm not. But just for me, I'll stay up at night if it's raining really hard, thinking, oh my goodness, we're going to get flooded. And it looks, this is farmland. It looks like, there's going to be some runoff. You can't get around that, especially if you get 2 or 3 inches of rain in an hour. The water's got to go somewhere. And it's nice to see that we do have some, just the natural landscape is kind of running in certain areas, and the water is able to run off. A lot of the problem people have is if you're on just perfectly straight land, flat land, water's got nowhere to go except just to collect. And I mean, it can soak into the soil eventually, but water wants to run to, it's pulled by gravity. It wants to run to a lower point, and having a little bit of rolling hills, stuff like that's actually a good thing for controlling water, especially during flooding conditions. So that's it. I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's going to work out pretty well. We may do a little bit of work as we see heavy rains. I'll watch where the water goes, and I may have to build a couple trenches, try to tame the water. But just from what I can see now, it looks like that a lot of the water is taking care of itself. So that's good to know. All right. See you next time.